Whenever you are working with geometry that's symmetrical, keep the mirror command in the back of your mind. Sometimes making a mirrored copy can quite literally cut your work in half. I'm going to click my Open icon, and we're going to look inside the Chapter 9 folder within the Exercise Files directory. And I'm going to come down and we're going to open up drawing number 5. This is our mirror drawing. So let me select this and click Open. Now I've got an abstract example on my screen. I'm going to use this to show you how the mirror command works. Now, hopefully you can identify that this is 1/2 of a wine glass. Now, it's not the best looking wine glass in the world, but this is just an abstract example. The thing I want to reinforce is that we don't have to draw both sides of the wine glass. Since it's symmetrical, I've already created the left side. I'm going to use this left side to create the right side. We're going to do that by using the mirror command. The mirror command will create a mirrored or reflected copy of our geometry. Now, what does AutoCAD need to create a mirrored copy? Well, it needs an entity that we want to copy, and it also needs a line segment that defines a mirror. Now, I happen to have both of those on my screen, so let's launch the mirror command. I'm going to come over to my Modify toolbar, and I'm going to select the mirror icon. Now, AutoCAD's asking me to select objects. Which objects would I like to create a reflected copy from? I'm going to click on this entity. This is one continuous polyline. Let me right-click to finish the selection. Now, AutoCAD is asking me to specify points on my mirror line. Pretty much, I just need to give 2 points to identify my line segment that I'm going to use for my mirror. So the first point of my mirror line, I will grab the end point right up here. I happen to be using a running object snap, so I will just click. And then as I come down and grab the other end point, notice I'm creating a mirrored copy. Let me come down and click my remaining end point. And when I do, the very last question AutoCAD asks me, do you want to erase the source objects? I don't have to keep the original if I don't want to. In this case, I'm going to select no. I'm just going to hit Enter because I want to keep my original geometry. And when I hit Enter, I have created a mirrored copy of my wine glass. Now that we get the idea of how the mirror command works, let's try and use the mirror command in a practical example. I'm going to zoom back just a little bit. We'll pan over. Let me center my entertainment center on screen. I'm going to tweak this back one more time. Let's assume I'm a furniture designer and I'm working on an entertainment center. Now, I've already finished the raised panel door on the left side, and I don't want to go to the hassle of drafting another door on the right side. Since this geometry is symmetrical, I am going to create a mirrored copy of my left door to create my right door. Let's try that. Before I launch the mirror command, I'm going to create a line segment that represents my mirror line. So I'm going to come over and launch the line command. AutoCAD says specify first point. I'm going to use a midpoint object snap. So I'm going to come over and click my midpoint object snap, and then I will click at the top of my entertainment center. Since I'm creating a mirror line, I want to bring this guy straight down. I'm going to use another midpoint object snap. I'll grab midpoint, and I'll grab the bottom of my entertainment center. I'll just click, and when I'm all done with the command, I'm going to hit Escape. This is the line I'm going to use to create my mirrored copy. All right, let's launch the mirror command. I'm going to come over to my Modify toolbar and select Mirror. AutoCAD asks me to select objects. Well, I'm going to start clicking on these. Well, it seems like there are a bunch of disjointed pieces, so let's do it with a window. Since AutoCAD is saying select objects, I'm going to click just above my panel, and I'm going to pull to the right and create a nice window selection. Let me click to finish the window, and then I will right-click to let AutoCAD know I'm done selecting objects. Now AutoCAD's asking me to specify the points on my mirror line. Perfect, I'll grab the endpoint right here, click, and then I'll come up and I'll grab the endpoint right here. Notice I don't have to be all the way on the endpoint to select it. Let me left-click. And do I want to erase the source objects? No, I'm going to hit Enter to finish the command. Now, here's the dirty little secret. I don't have to have a physical line to do my mirror. Let me erase this guy. I'm going to use the Erase command. I'll come over and click Erase, and then I'm going to click this line, and then right-click to finish the selection. let me zoom in on my drawer handle. I would like to create a mirrored copy of my handle on the left. I would like to produce a copy of this guy on the right. Let's do that by using the mirror command, but this time we're not going to create a physical line. I'm going to come over and launch the mirror command. Let me click the mirror icon. AutoCAD asks me to select objects. I will select this one and then right-click. All right, AutoCAD's asking me to specify the first point of my mirror line. I'm just going to use an object snap. Let's use midpoint again. I'm going to come up and grab my midpoint object snap, and then I'll come down and grab the midpoint of this line. And then let's grab the other point. I'm going to select the midpoint again, and I'm going to come down and grab the midpoint of the bottom. Didn't need an entity. I had the object snaps. Erase source objects? No. I'll go ahead and hit enter. And I have just mirrored my drawer handles. Let's do one more. I would like these handles to be on the upper drawer. I'm going to launch the mirror command one more time. Let's get it from the right click. I'm going to right click and select repeat mirror. Select objects. Let's click and make a window around both of these handles. I'll click to finish the window, and then I'll right click to finish the selection. Now I can specify my points on my mirror line. I have a running object snap set for endpoint. So I'm going to move up and click the endpoint here, and then I'm going to move over and click the endpoint here. When I'm done, do I want to erase source objects? No. I'll go ahead and hit enter, and the drawers are finished. Remember that every time you're working with symmetrical geometry, you have an opportunity to use the mirror command. And if you use it properly, you'll be making AutoCAD do half of your work.